had a discussion with Paul Bagala, and I think he's talked about this publicly too. And he said that he thought the two big mistakes that the Clinton administration made, that I think is very important that we don't make, is number one, don't get so caught up in talking about the plan or the plans or the bills that you forget to talk about what's the problem you're trying to solve. And so every chance I get, including right now, I'm going to remind people this is a bigger problem than just uninsured people. This is a challenge for all of us who have health insurance and like it, because it's changing underneath us. And so you define the problem. Let me say it over. We have got to, right up until for the next several years, as long as we're working on this, even after it becomes law, we have to remind people what we're working on is to approve a system in a dramatic way that has the potential of impacting negatively on most of us. And don't forget about talking about the problem you're trying to solve. And then the second thing he said is he thought that, and he could speak from the heart on this because he was there, he said they clearly made a mistake 15 years ago by not being willing to back off some components of their bill. He said he was there in the movie room practicing one of Clinton's speeches to Congress, and they had this dramatic move where he pulls out the pen and says that if you send me a bill that doesn't cover 100% of American people, I will veto with this pen. He said they actually practiced that. And of course, what happened? You're not going to get a bill out of Congress that covers 100% of the American people. It's not, you can't do that. So what we need to do is do as much as we can with as much agreement as we can and bring the people together as much as we can in the spirit of reminding folks what the problem is we're trying to solve, which is it's much greater than just the uninsured. And so I think that we're doing a better job about that. I've read the President's op-ed in the New York Times. I think he needs to have, I think he's figured this out too, I think he needs to keep talking about what the problem is we're trying to solve. And that's what we need to be sure the American people are not forget about as this discussion goes on.